Hello guys, it's Max here from Daily Market Movements and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be analysing the S&P 500, followed by the Nasdaq100 and then finishing with the Dow Jones 30. But let's get started here with the S&P 500. We currently find ourselves trading all the way up at yearly highs, trading around this 4,371 area. Now we just heard from the PPI inflation figures and boy was it a good report. We got minus 0.03% versus minus 0.01% expected, so it was a beat. And this is very important because, of course, yesterday we had the CPI inflation report, which kind of tells us what's happening, for the direct consumer. But this is manufacturing inflation, and of course this is the top of the food chain, so it was very important to see that was coming down, and that's exactly what we've got. And now I was sharing actually with my Signal team, my free Signal team, and my daily market research clients that we currently have a 96% chance of no rate hike as we go into the interest rate decision later on during today's trading session. And then I think the odds of a rate hike for next month is only standing at around 63%, so that's come down a lot because it was only a few weeks ago when that was all the way up at 90%. So things are starting to really look bullish for the stock market. This is a very bullish environment to be an investor. And as this market continues to rip higher, I would just advise you all on doing something, and that is to pay less attention to the RSI. Take it off your screens. Most of you who are watching my videos here would have pretty much invested through this horrible phase, which of course was the bear market back in 2022. And now we are starting to unwind and pare much of the losses that occurred over the past 12 months of trading. So you don't want to be one of those investors that as soon as the RSI hits 70, you then go and take profits and that's it because you think the market's going to come down 10% where you can come and cherry pick it and buy back at let's say 4,000, because the chances are this market will just leave you in the dust. You do not want to be missing the bus here. And I think there's actually a very high chance that we now trade up towards 4,530. Many hedge funds and top analysts have now gone and rose their end of year price targets to around 4,500. Before many of these analysts said that the S&P 500 would likely finish between 4,000 and 4,200. So we're definitely seeing a shift in sentiment. And also there is a very large amount of money still sitting on the sidelines. So there's lots to be positive about here in the indice market, in the stock market, of course, and I do favor prices to move higher. Of course, later on we have the Fed. Many investors are anticipating for something called a hawkish pause. What does this mean? Well, we're pretty likely to get 0 rate hikes, and then of course when Jerome Powell speaks in his press conference 30 minutes afterwards, we're expected to hear him come out and say, inflation's still up at 4%, we want it down to 2%, it's still very sticky, and for this to happen we may need to do further rate hikes, But there's one problem with that. The bond market is telling us that the Fed is wrong and that we are actually likely to see a Fed cut, so a rate cut, before the end of 2023. So I believe that we do have the potential of rallying after the Fed meeting today, despite the fact that we are right now considered to be overbought on the RSI. So I like buying the S&P 500. I continue to hold my buy positions that I accumulated on this breakout down at 4,200, and I have no intention of closing these positions anytime soon. Now, quickly moving over to the Nasdaq100. This has been by far the best performer so far this year due to the hype surrounding AI. We currently find ourselves trading all the way up at 14,900, and I think within the next couple of weeks, it's highly likely that we extend these gains up towards 15,342. Could we pull back? Absolutely. We could easily pull back down towards back down towards 14,274. But in terms of a percentage move, that's only a 4% decline, but eventually I think that we would bounce up towards 15,352. So unfortunately, it's important to understand that I do not have a crystal ball. I do not know whether we go straight towards 15,300 or whether we may have to potentially pull back 4% in order to then accumulate more buyers here in the Nasdaq100 who have missed this big move higher and then trade it back up towards 15,300. But one thing is for sure, I'm highly certain that we are going to trade up towards 15,300 in the coming days and weeks ahead. Moving over to the Dow Jones 30, I've continued to state during my videos this week that this is probably one of the most important charts. If we want to see a continuation of this stock market rally. We really need to see the cyclical energy financial names start to participate in this rally. We need to see a broadening out of this rally, because right now, the energy, the financial names haven't really participated much at all in this rally. And in fact, the equal weighted S&P 500 is only up 4%, where if we go towards the S&P 500 and we see how far we're up so far this year, we're up 15%. So nearly 3x the overall performance here in the S&P 500 compared to the equal weighted S&P 500. So I really want to start to see more of a participation from the other stocks that haven't really yet woken up so far this year. DowJones30 though, in terms of a technical move, I do believe that we are destined to go up towards 34,500. It may happen after the Fed's press conference later on this evening. If we do get a slightly more dovish Jerome Powell, then we could see a move higher. Guys, if you have enjoyed my videos and you would like to join my Signal team, then please do not hesitate to scan this QR code on your screen. My Signal team is completely free of charge to join, and I also post free daily market research, which you can all read to help you all navigate through the market. So all you have to do is scan this QR code. It will take you to my website where you can then go ahead and sign up for free. The whole process takes about 15 seconds.